What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with another NFL reaction. It is playoff season. Let's go ahead and get straight into it.
How's it going, guys? First off, I'm going to start by saying thank you to Andy Major and Aaron Ramella. The way that our stadium was able to play today.
The reason they're saying that is because of the frozen tundra that goes on in Buffalo. You should have seen. There was videos of like people on slides, like just shoveling snow. There's so much snow, frozen tundra out there. But shout out Big Josh Allen.
And give them that too.
How happy were you that they made this right decision?
Is Nike the official sponsor of NFL?
I mean, people keep, saying that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted, and we had no call in that, or no say in that. That was a health and safety issue from the state. We would have played yesterday, would have played Saturday, would have played Friday. It wouldn't have mattered. We would have come out here and played when we were told to play. Yeah, they played man. It was 3rd and long. They played man. Didn't have a great man call on. So I decided to try to find a lane and got, 15, 20 yards downfield, and there's a lot of guys screaming slide, and didn't slide, and scored. So it worked out that time.
He's talking about his rush touchdown, which is the second biggest rush touchdown in playoff history. His first being Colin Kaepernick. Shout out Colin. Right? But what an insane, play. Because if you notice, the amount of time it took for him from getting the ball from the snap all the way to thinking about, let me just rush it, didn't take that long. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, right? He knew exactly what he wanted to do. And then you hear him say that a lot of them said, slide, slide, slide. So they expected him to slide. Even I was talking with my brother about this. Even he was like, they were probably expecting him to slide. Bro, there's a time when, and which is crazy because there's a time when someone tried to tackle him and then he just broke the tackle and kept going. Bro, this guy is 6'5". 6'5". How's a 6'5" man beating you in a rush as a defense? Like, that's gotta hurt. That's got to hurt. Like, you have to catch a 6'5" dude, especially if you're smaller and faster. There's no way you're letting a 6'5" dude. But shout out Big Ja, man. Ja did well. Shout out Big Ja. Back to it.
Stayed too long on my first read there. If I would have come down to Khalil on our little mesh route there in man-to-man, would have been different. And then, obviously, that next play to Steph, the kid made a heck of a play getting down the middle. If I put 1% more mustard on that, I think it's, a different story going.
At least out of everybody in terms of this wild card phase, the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't get beat down. They didn't get beat down.
Josh, you mentioned Khalil. I mean, what can you say about the play on the touchdown, his
shout
effort,
out,
and just the option that he's become for you in
Mike Tomlin.
ball?
Shout out Big Mike Tomlin.
And it's not a secret anymore. Teams are starting to game plan for him. But again, the kid just works hard. He doesn't ever complain about anything. He's always where he's supposed to be. You watch him when he's not getting the ball. He's following the ball. He's getting downfield. He's trying to make a block. He plays football the right way. And again, when you do that, and
of course he's not going to complain, Josh. He's a kid.
He's very shifty. He's very quick. His hands are fantastic.
Come on, Josh.
And you put yourself in good positions to have success, and he's been making the most out of it. And it's been fun to see him grow as a young player.
The reason I say, of course, he's not going to complain because he's a kid. When you're just starting out in the league, when you're young, like, you have no cachet. How are you going to complain, right? I'll give you an example, like the Ja Morant, for example. Ja Morant, right? Ja Morant, when he came into the league, didn't have any cachet, so no one really, if he made demands as Ja Morant when he just got into the league, people would look at him like, yo, is this man crazy? What's going on out here? But now, the Ja Morant now, Memphis understands they need Ja Morant. They understand that. We can clearly see that. But this is just an example, right? You can't come into the league and then start demanding. Like, of course you're not going to start demanding. It doesn't make any sense. You're a kid. However, when you build up cachet, when you start to prove yourself and start showing, hey, I am that person, then you can start saying things like that. Like LeBron James. Everyone knows LeBron James is a manager for like the franchises he goes to because he always has a say in who he's going to play with. Or at least that's what people understand, right? Obviously, we don't know per se because we're not there. But that's what people understand, right? But let's go ahead and get back into the video.
Yeah, trusting what Joe's calling, and guys went out there and executed. That's a game plan play that we had in against their specific defense, and we saw the exact look that we practiced and made a heck of a catch there.
Hey Josh, the injuries on defense are starting to pile up. How important is it for you guys at offense to string some drives together? And
Where's the Cash App
Yeah,
sign?
real
This
touchdown,
man's sponsored by
that
Cash
drive.
App. It's got all these other
Only being
logos. Where's the
7
Cash App
points.
sign, bro?
However the game was going, guys are going down.
I know Cash App mad right now.
I also want to give a shout out to AJ Klein and Dorian and Kyer for stepping up in a game like this. You know, AJ was on the streets a couple weeks ago. He was on his couch. So for him to come back and be forced to play and played such a big part, and I don't know how many tackles he had, but he was all over the field today. Kyer stepping up, making a huge interception. You know, we go down, we score a touchdown on that drive too. So that's those plays are, you can't script them any better. But again, this guys stepping up. The game of football, injuries are going to happen. And it's nice to know we have guys that have the opportunity to make plays and they make them.
You see, this is what I say a lot about football. Football is one of those high contact sports, like, for example, American football, rugby. You're going to have injuries sustained. So you need to replace those people who have those injuries because it's just a part of the game. That's how it works. Now, something about on the AJ Klein thing, they keep saying that he was on the streets because he's not the only one who brought up AJ Klein. The announcers brought up AJ Klein. The coaches brought up AJ Klein. They keep saying on the streets. Every time they say that, it makes me think like he was begging for money, and then some guy just pulled up from the building like, hey, remember when you used to play for us? Hey, you want to play for us again? They need to say he was on his couch, not on the streets, because they keep saying that he was on the streets and make it sound like homie was begging for money on the streets, living out of a box. You know what I'm saying? And then they were just like, oh, here's your opportunity again. You know understand what I'm saying? Sorry about that. I just had to put that out there because I keep hearing people saying, "Oh, he was on his couch." I mean, he was in the streets. He was in the streets instead of saying he was on his couch. He was at home, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was at home. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and continue.
You know, it's hard to win in this league. You know, I hate to see guys go down on either side of the ball, really. And it's one of the things I pray for before every game is making sure that both sides, you know, are safe from serious injury. And you know, I understand, and I think everybody in the locker room understands the type of game that we play and what comes with it. It sucks, though, when you got guys that are playing at such a high level, guys that are young, that are figuring things out and, you know, having injuries. So, again, we got to figure it out and what's going to go on there, and guys are going to step up, and, yeah, takes everybody.
You finally get the Chiefs here next week. What kind of atmosphere do you expect? What kind of atmosphere do you need for the fans?
We're going to need a fantastic atmosphere, you know.
Yep, they've got the Chiefs next week. Come on, Patty. Come on, Travis. Come on, Big Red. Let's go.
Of all ages came in. And,
I love Big Jaw. I do love Jaw. But, like, y'all know my team, the Chiefs.
And again, the vibe, the energy.
Well, okay, I don't.
We can use from that.
Okay, I'm not like a Chiefs fan, like the franchise. I'm a Patty, Travi, and Big Red fan. And Eric Bieniemy, but Eric Bieniemy's not a Chief anymore.
Does that go out the window,
Tyreek,
knowing
but they're not a Chief.
where you are in the season, what opponent is next, and that it's a later start because it's already Monday?
Yeah, we're a step behind already. We understand that. So again, I think it's going to be very crucial for guys to get their rest and.
I don't know why the audio keeps shifting. Whoever's doing the audio for this conference or this little media availability thing,
again, it's
not good at their job.
This week. It's going to take, you know, our training staff.
But someone from the NFL Network, look at
our
that.
strength room and our cafeteria for getting our guys ready to go. Well, I mean, I think we're playing at a comfortable level because of the uncomfortable situations that we've been in this last 6-7 weeks. You know, it's almost a sense of or breath of fresh air, knowing that everybody's in the same position that we have been. You know, win or go home, and to be in that situation, like I said, the dividends that it's going to pay off. You know, I think you kind of saw that tonight. Of we were cool, calm, and collected, and nobody blinked, and we just kind of went out there and did our job, and we're going to need to continue to do that.
Awesome. So that's the end of that video. I just want to go ahead and run some stats just so you guys know what the stats were. Obviously, our passing leaders were Mason Rudolph for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Josh Allen, Big Josh. Shout out Big Josh. Mason Rudolph had 22 for 39 yards, 229, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Okay, and then Big Jaw had 21 for 30, 203 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, okay? Shout out Ja, which is crazy because Ja is mostly turnover prone, right? That was number one problem for Ja was his turnovers, but he had no turnovers this game. So shout out Ja. Obviously, he protected the football, right? Way better. Well, not way better because it's only 1 interception, but better than Mason Rudolph. And then our rushing leaders, we have Mr. Warren for Pittsburgh, who had 8 attempts, 38 yards, and no touchdowns. But I'm confused why they didn't put Najee. How come Najee didn't get more? Well, I mean, Najee's close. He had 12 attempts for 37 yards. Okay, it's not too crazy, but they got to get that run game going. I think it's the O-line. I don't think they have a great O-line in Pittsburgh. I think they need a better O-line, right? But then the rushing leader for Buffalo was Mr. Cook, who had 18 attempts and 79 yards. He had better, he had a better show out than Najee and Mr. Warren. That's crazy. Anyway, and then our receiving leaders, we have Freiermuth, who had 8 targets, 5 receptions, 76 yards. And Mr. Kincaid on Buffalo side for 6 targets, 3 receptions, and 59 yards. Now, I understand why it's not Stephon, even though Stephon is right behind him. Obviously, it's not going to be Stephon. Again, like I say, your best player is always going to be double teamed. They're always going to scheme for your best player. So it opens up the game for all the other receivers to get those one-on-ones, right? And then if you can beat their one-on-ones, you can shine, as always. And then we're just going to go ahead and run the team stats. Something that's interesting here in this game, which is much better, is that the third down conversions, they both basically had the same third down conversions. Pittsburgh had 5 for 11 third down conversions, and then Buffalo had 5 for 12 third down conversions. Fourth down conversions, Pittsburgh had 0 for 1, Buffalo had 1 of 1, right? So it's pretty good. Obviously, the time of possession, there's 26 minutes and 41 seconds for Pittsburgh, 33 minutes and 19 seconds for Buffalo, which means that there was more defense for Pittsburgh than there was offense, and more offense for Buffalo than there was defense, which is crazy. So that means that the defense was not doing well for Pittsburgh, obviously, but they did score. But they did score, the team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They did score, so I will give it to them. Like I said, out of all these wild card games, Pittsburgh of the teams losing, I'm talking about the teams that have lost, Pittsburgh did the best, right? Pittsburgh definitely did the best of the teams losing. I don't want to hear anything about Dallas. Dallas did not do well at all. Dallas should have done better from the jump. From the jump, they should have done better. That defense was nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. And Dak had a bad game, right? This right here was the best in terms of the team losing. In terms of the team who had lost, this was the best showing for the wild card weekend, which I love. Shout out to the wild card weekend. But that will be it for today's video. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this one. Again, the goal of 2024 is to build a community. So if you know of anybody who's into American football, who would like to comment, talk, and give their opinion, let them know about this video, share it with them, and let's get the community going. And also if you have opinions and comments, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to talk to you, connect with y'all, and see if we can actually get you on a video and talk about things, right? But other than that, if you did enjoy the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I want to thank you again for watching. Let's go NFL playoffs. It continues, baby. Let's freaking go. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Much love, y'all. Peace.